Suspicion has fallen in recent years on a small group of West Coast doctors who were active in secret CIA mind control experiments. The most flamboyant of these was the late Dr. William Bryan. Again, Dr. Philip Melanson.
William Bryan was, by his own admission, one of the primary researchers for the government in brainwashing, in hypnoprogramming, and in a variety of things. He was an out-of-control super hypno character who exploited women through his hypnosis practice and was temporarily disbarred as a result. He bragged about his work for the government, said he was the czar of brainwashing, and he was also involved with the man I call Reasoner and with another man, all of whom worked together in Southern and Northern California, all of whom worked for the government, and my belief is that two of them, if not three of them, had something to do with Sirhan's programming.
William Bryan was a rather large man weighing 386 pounds. He has been variously referred to as the most brilliant man in the field of hypnotism and as a, quote, misguided genius. His private practice involved sex therapy, and by his own admission, he frequently had sex with his female patients. Did William Bryan believe that a subject could be programmed to perform acts that were out of character? Let's listen.
You have to have the person locked up physically, and there is also the use of long-term hypnotic suggestion, probably drugs, whatever, and so on. Under these situations where you have all this going for you, yes, you can brainwash a person to do just about anything.
Did William Bryan have anything at all to do with Robert Kennedy's accused killer? Well, in the year before his death in 1976, Bryan reportedly bragged to two prostitutes who serviced him regularly that he had, in fact, hypnotized Sirhan. Bryan also liked to brag about his most crowning achievement, the deprogramming of Albert DeSalvo, the Boston Strangler. In Sirhan's notebook, that strange document with page after page of almost indecipherable trance-induced scribbling, there appears the entry, God help me, please help me. Salvo, di salvo, dies salvo. It's a curious notation to be sure, but is it possible that while working upon Sirhan, the programmer couldn't help talking about his favorite subject? And that this entry, by way of the captured mind of Sirhan Sirhan, is really the palm print of Dr. William Bryan? If we take Sirhan's words, it's just not me, at face value, then who was it? What bad dream befell this young man?
My handwriting, they are my thoughts, but I don't remember them. They are the writings of a maniac. They're not the writings of me now.
First of all, right after the assassination, Sirhan spoke to a prosecutor. And he engages in a very articulate colloquy about somebody else's case. Not his own, somebody else's. And the prosecutor, sensing that something is wrong with this scenario, asks Sirhan questions designed to determine whether he knows where he is. And it quickly becomes apparent that Sirhan has no idea that he hasn't even been taken before a judge to be arraigned. He's not oriented. He has no contact with reality. He doesn't know what's happening. This is right after he's taken into custody. That's right there pretty powerful evidence that he's operating in an altered state of mind. In his cell, Sirhan is met with experiments performed by defense psychiatrist Bernard Diamond. Bernard Diamond holds up a quarter in front of Sirhan's face, and Sirhan goes right into the hypnotic trance, indicating to the doctor, according to testimony presented in trial, that Sirhan was an experienced hypnotic subject and had undergone hypnosis before the assassination. Well, right there's a basis for laying a foundation for the argument that Sirhan doesn't deserve the death penalty. And there certainly is a basis for exploring the possibility that he was programmed. And then there's more that materializes along these lines. Dr. Diamond tells Sirhan in trance, Sirhan, when I wake you up, I'm going to touch my forehead, and you're going to climb the bars of your cell like a monkey. So he wakes him up, touches his forehead, up the bars of the cell goes Sirhan, and looks down at the doctor with monkey-like expressions. The doctor says, Sirhan, who told you to do that? No one, I'm doing it on my own. A perfect example of Sirhan's high level of hypnotizability and programmability. He's being programmed to do something he wouldn't ordinarily do, with no memory of being programmed and no knowledge that he's acting in response to instructions from a programmer. It's a perfect example of how this assassination was arranged, and there are others.